YouTuber. I decided I'd try to do a little YouTube tutorial thing. I've been watching some other tutorials on people showing guitar players how to find all their notes on the neck. Because as you might have figured out already, because the guitar is both vertical and horizontally set up, unlike a piano, which is linear and just one way, it's a lot harder to find where all your notes are. You have awkward things with tuning where you've got this relationship where it's, so you've got the 5 fret difference and then the 4 fret difference when you're tuning. And to just find all your notes can be really a challenge. And one of the things I've noticed is that most of the tutorials that I've looked at are not, they're not addressing some what I would call very important aspects of playing guitar, okay? For instance, you see a lot of people showing you where the octaves are, okay? And that's great, nothing wrong with that. The problem is that it doesn't give you the ability to find whatever note you're looking for just by finding it out of the blue. Okay, so when I want to find all the G's and I want to find them fast. Okay, I don't want to be going, oh, is it an octave here and then where's the one in between? Oh yeah, it's up here. No, it doesn't work for me. All right, that's number one. Number two is that I have yet to see a tutorial, although I've only looked at a few, that approach this thing where you're learning your notes in a sequence that makes musical sense. And by that I mean, once I find a note, and I'm going to start with C, I want to find a note after that that's relative to that C. And by that I mean, when I'm playing, I want to find notes that I'm going to be probably going to. So if I'm playing in the key of C, notes like F and G, the 4th and the 5th, are the 2 most common notes that you're going to be hitting. If you're playing rock, blues, bluegrass, all kinds of different things, okay? And it's just the way music moves. It moves in the cycles of 4ths and 5ths. That's why they have the cycle of 5ths. Now the cycle of 5ths is C, up a 5th is what? G, up a 5th is D, and then A, E, B, and F sharp. Once you get past F sharp, if you're notating music in a classical sense, there's too many sharps that you have to keep adding, so they tell you to go to the flat keys rather than going from F sharp to C sharp, because you start getting things like double sharps where notes like E sharp show up, and that's just kind of hard to think through. So the cycle of 5ths is the same as the cycle of 4ths, it's just going the other way. So C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, same thing as F sharp, but when we write it, when we notate, when we think through chord progressions, it's very important to be able to think about it in the proper context so that when other people are playing with us, they understand what it is that we're trying to do, and it just makes it easier overall. So those are the musical things that I find are not included. And then also, for me, if I find that you like what I'm teaching you here and I start to develop a following, you're going to find that the things I have to teach beyond this all correlate to the original principles that I'm using here to show you how to both practice properly and most efficiently, and how to accelerate your learning process when it comes to your harmonic, melodic, and all the different aspects of your musicianship that you'd like to develop beyond just being able to play some chords on the guitar. So for an example, once you learn all the C's, your notes on the neck. The next thing I may teach you is where to find all your C triads. And then your inversions and so on and so forth. And by sticking to the same method that I've started with, it's not like you're starting from scratch to learn something new. You have a similar methodology that you can apply, and it just makes more sense that way. At least to me it does. It sure helped me a lot. I was playing by ear from the age of 7 up until about 25, when I went back to college after I graduated in some degree I didn't care about, and I actually learned how to read, write, arrange, record, and produce music. Okay, and actually talk the talk. Okay, so when I was 7, I picked up the guitar and I had some lessons and I learned how to read and all that. And then I told my parents I didn't need lessons anymore. I just needed to find out where all the notes are. Well, I don't know about that, but I'll tell you what, between doing that and then actually learning some of these classically developed techniques that I've augmented into my own way of teaching, I found that they've been extremely helpful, and I've used these countless students, and I've got dozens, hundreds of students that have gone off to places like Juilliard and Berkeley, and people in the film scoring industry, people making records in LA, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it works, all right? And I'm very proud to say I've got lots of successful students that have used what I've taught them and taken it beyond. So let's get started. So I'm going to show you how to find all the C's first. I'm going to show you how to find all the notes in what I call the down 5, up 7 method. Now there's one exception, and this will be probably the hardest thing. Remember what I said about how the guitar is tuned? This addition subtraction method that I'm going to show you how to use to find each C or each note on adjacent strings is going to change when we go from finding that note, in this case C on the 5th fret of the G string, to the 1st fret or the 13th fret of the B string. Because why? The guitar is tuned differently. So instead of going down 5, 5 minus 5 is 0. That doesn't work. It's 5 minus 4 or 5 plus 8. So it differs by 1. So again, down 5, up 7. Now the rules. You do this in time. If you make mistakes, you slow down so you can do it right until you can do it right. You stay at that speed and then you move faster. Okay? And I like to encourage people to do this out loud. So I start with C, which is the top of the cycle of fifths, no sharps, no flats, and I find that lowest note on the guitar. 8th fret, and I say that out loud. It's C, 8. And then I do my down 5, up 7. Well, I have to decide if I'm going to go down 5 or up 7. I like to stay within 12 frets, so I know I'm going to go down. 8 minus 5 is 3, plus 7 is 10, minus 5 is 5, minus 4 is 1, plus 7 is 8. Okay? I did it in time. I didn't make a mistake, so now I can go faster. 8 minus 5, 3 plus 7 is 10, minus 5 is 5, minus 4 is 1, plus 7 is 8. They're all C's, okay? C8, C3, C10, C5, C1, C8. All right? Different ways. You verbalize however it makes you feel comfortable, okay? I like doing the 8 minus 5 is, it sounds stupid maybe, but it works. Okay, next thing I do is I go up a fifth. I'm going to cover all my notes in the cycle of fifths, moving upward till I get to F sharp now, until I get all the notes right. But the first thing I do is I think about what the next note is. C, up a fifth is G, and then I find it on the lowest note of the guitar, on the low E string. So that when I finally get to this last C, I don't take any extra time to find the next G. Okay? So here's now I'm going to do C's and G's. 8 minus 5 is 3, plus 7 is 10, minus 5 is 5, minus 4 is 1, plus 7 is 8, go to G. 3 plus 7 is 10, minus 5 is 5, minus 5 is 0, and then there's 12, and then 12 minus, what is it? Minus 4 this time is, okay, and I made a mistake. So that brings up another point. What happens when you make a mistake? Oh, you make it once, no big deal. If you make it twice, and you keep trying to make that mistake, you're programming your brain for failure. So the best thing to do is to reprogram your brain as soon as possible by focusing on the area where that mistake was and not just going all the way back. Okay? Find that mistake and fix it. Repeat it and fix it. Then go back a little bit. D, made a mistake, so then I'll get that. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12. And I'll get that. Or 5 minus 5 is open, plus 7 is 7. Minus 4 is 3, plus 7 is 10. Get my drift. Then I go all the way through till I get through F sharp. Okay? I'll go at a speed that hopefully I won't make a mistake because I'm out of practice. Haha, see what I mean? I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. Okay, here we go. 8 minus 5 is 3. 7 is 10 minus 5 is 5 minus 4 is 1. 7 is 8. Go to G is 3 plus 7 is 10 minus 5 is 5 minus 5 is 0 plus 8 is 8 minus 5 is 3. Go to D. 10 minus 5, 5. And if you want, you can go 5 minus 5 is 0. Go back to 5 plus 7 is 12 minus 5 is, okay, see, there's a little bit of that going on. It's up to you. I'm going pretty fast right now. I'm trying to move through this, but I'm also trying to just give you all of the information that I would give you if you were taking a private lesson from me, all right? Which, if you'd like to do, that's also possible. You can contact me. You can either go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/sgoldberg2. That's probably the easiest thing to do. My Gmail address is sgoldberg, that's SGOLDBERG, and then the number 2000, the letter T, sgoldberg2000t@gmail.com would be another way of contacting me. But then let's get back to this. I'm going to finish up now. So we've done all the cycle of fifths ascending. G, D, A, E, lots of E's, lots of A's too. I missed one, but that's all right. B, F sharp. Okay? Once I've done that, then I go back to C and I go up the cycle of fourths. And that's the last thing I'm going to teach you today. So I'm going to go C, do all your out loud stuff, to F, B flat, E flat, hard one, A flat, a little bit at a time, and then what's the last one? Come on, say it. D flat. Not the last one, there's one more. And then G flat, same as F sharp, but let's think about it, sorry. G flat, G flat, G flat. Okay? And once you can do that, you can, the only other things I'd like to say is that just do one note until you get it perfect. Okay, there's no sense in moving on until you can do this and you've memorized this equation. That's going to be the hardest part of this. Once you've done all that, this becomes pretty easy. And I guarantee you, I promise you that if you spend 5 minutes every day or every other day on this and you do it correctly, it's going to improve your playing drastically. It's going to allow you to solo way better and find more places to move and to go. You're going to find more chords. You're going to find more inversions. You're going to just be able to do so much more with your playing. So there you go. I hope that's helped. Again, my name's Scott Goldberg. This is really the first real tutorial I've done in years. I'm hoping that you guys will like it. If you do, please comment and share it. Nothing I would like better than to pay it forward and to help more of you. And I've got lots and lots of stuff that I can show you. I'm currently teaching theory and harmony. I've taught Pro Tools in college. I've done a whole lot of things in the music business. I've scored movies. I've done award-winning a cappella CDs as well as award-winning CDs of other genres. I love music. And again, www.ilovemusic.net is my website. You can hire me to do recordings, to do all kinds of different things. And I'm glad to help. All right? Thanks a lot. Have a great day. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.